Well, welcome back everyone. It seems like never fails. Every time I go to film, the wind's blowing. But we're going to check out the sweet corn, which, as you can tell, we lost the battle with cultivating. The Jimmy Red, which I'll show you that here in just a second, was doing really good. And it's still, the cultivating worked perfectly with the Jimmy Red. It's just here with the yellow dent and the sweet corn. I don't know if I just abandoned this side of the field for too long and let the grass get a hold. I mean, because I did cultivate the Jimmy Red pretty hard and heavy. But enough complaining about my lack of knowledge on farming. And we'll do a little sweet corn check. This one here, the silks are starting to turn brown. They're not quite ready. Maybe another day or two. I like it when they're nice and brittle and they kind of just fall off in your hand. This one here, same thing. They're still a little green here up near the ear. So that one there, another day or two. This one here, I done checked, and this one here is ready to come off. So we'll go ahead and pick that one. Yeah, just about a half twist, pull down and half twist, and it comes right off. It's another good way of telling when they're ready. This one here, pretty well the same thing. Not quite. We'll give that one there another day or two. This stalk here, I guess, got knocked down, so the only thing left standing up is the ear, which it's not quite filled out the way I like. This last one here, still the silks are awful blonde, so we'll another couple of days, and that one there should be ready. Let's go over here to our next row. Another ones that'll be ready here in just a couple of days. That one there, you can see, is still really green. So that'll be at least another 4 or 5 days. These ones here, this one here is looking pretty good. It's still awful green, so maybe here in another day or two. This one here, maybe tomorrow we might be able to pull that one. Another one that's just now starting. I don't know if that one there is going to produce. Here's one that looks really good. Just like that. They're nice and crispy all the way through. But if I look back, just right back in here, you can still see it's still a little green. So we'll give that one another day or two. Let's go over here to our last row, the sweet corn. Not ready. This one here, not quite ready. Got enough. Once again, just another day or two. Still a little green here at the head, top. Still kind of damp to the touch. I mean, it's day by day with the sweet corn, and so any day we'll be harvesting a lot of this. But here's one more for our fridge. We'll kind of walk out here and give you a quick tour of the experimental corn, which it's coming up in here. If it dries out enough, I will hit it with the cultivator. But you can see back here to our west, it'll be raining here probably here in the next half hour, so no sense in doing it now. But our yellow dent, it's not quite waist high. A couple of plants are waist high. And once again, if you're just now following along, these 2 rows that would have been right here, the planter jammed up on me and I didn't know it. So that's the reason why I had to skip row. So we're not holding our breath with the yellow dent too much, but what did come up is looking fantastic. It's getting good stalks on it. And we'll mosey on over here to the Jimmy Red, which just about every plant is taller than I am. Just for give you a reference, I'm 5'10", and you can see down the rows, it's finally gotten tall enough that it's shading out the grass. So it's pretty well still dirt from when I cultivated it the last back here, I'd say almost a month ago. But we're down here on the short end of the field, and all the plants here are averaging 4 foot tall, 5 foot, a few of them are 6 foot. So we'll go ahead and migrate on up here to the top end of the field, which there's one right up back over here that was already putting on an ear. So this is our first ear of Jimmy Red. And right there it is. Start dropping the silks and everything. It's got a full tassel. I got a few tassels on else, but we got one ear that's starting right there. So we'll go ahead and migrate up here to the tall end of the field and see a couple more that are tasseled out, and looks like this one here is actually starting to put on ears too. So it's got a nice small little ear, not too big yet, which that's perfectly fine. It still has a little while to go. And looks like this one here, we got another ear here forming. Let's pull the leaf out of the way. There you go. And these plants here, I mean, like I said, right where the camera's at is about 6 foot, and I can reach about 6.5 feet, and I can't quite reach the top. So I'd say this stalk here is pushing 8 feet, every bit of it. A lot of these down here on this end are 8 feet, and then the bottom end of the field is about 5 foot, between 4 and 5 feet. And a few of them are above 5, pushing 6. But on average, the field is, I would say, about 6 foot. So really proud of the way the Jimmy Red has came up, and looks like it's going to produce quite well. If we don't get any just horrible storms, everything. So give you a kind of a field tour, which actually we got a little bit more yellow dent here on the other side of the Jimmy Red. Let me find a good spot I can get through. It looks like right here is our ticket. So we will mosey on over here to the other side of the Jimmy Red, which right here is the edge of the Jimmy Red. And here's our last little bit of rows of the yellow dent, which this side here got cultivated just like the other side, but for some reason the grass on the other side was just did not want to give up. So, but this side of the yellow dent looks like it'll do pretty good. Like I said, it does have skips because the planter was jammed up. I didn't realize it until after. I didn't feel like going back and double planting everything either. So, but figured that would give you a nice little crop update of the corn. Once again, the wheat still over there shocked up, which we'll be thrashing here in a couple of weeks. Man, the color on that corn is just beautiful. You know, this is something you don't see grown a lot in these parts of our world. I mean, corn is grown in Oklahoma, but in our particular part of Oklahoma, it's kind of not very seen, and wheat's really not seen either. It's mostly just cattle and oil fields. So let's say crops really haven't been grown in our area in probably 30, 40 years. And so we're kind of doing something that's a little obsolete in our parts. Really what shut everything down was the railroad leaving. You know, the railroad and the refinery shut down in the 80s. A small corporation bought what was left of the railroad, which used to be Santa Fe. It used to come through Cushing. And whenever that came down and quit, they pulled the tracks up and just became a short spur line. It really killed the grain farming in our part of the country. So yeah, I'm kind of doing something that's against the grain, and no pun intended, and just doing something that hasn't been done in a long time, and using old equipment as well. So as always, I'd like to thank y'all for watching. God bless each and every one of you, and we'll see y'all in the next one.